So welcome to the part 81 of this playlist. We are looking at real certification questions or latest ones. This is the YouTube handle of this channel. You can look out for so many videos, approximately like 700 plus videos on different AWS, Azure Cloud, Google Cloud certifications. Plus you have Snowflake, Tableau certification contents. If you have not yet subscribed, do so. It will help you with your cloud journey. So there are no other channels, believe me, no other channel will go to this level of depth to explain the questions, options, answers, and how do we arrive at the right answers. So let us look at this question now. A lot of people say that, hey, can I just watch first 10 parts of this playlist? I would suggest no. I would suggest that you have to go through a comprehensive coaching like you this playlist. Watch all the videos because the same concepts, some questions are testing your knowledge in some other ways. Okay, so will you not pass if you do just 10 or 15 videos? You may, we don't know, you may, but then if you are spending money, be sure. So view all the parts of this playlist and everything is still relevant. The cloud content, only new services got added which my latest videos are covering, but some people say, you know what, your some of the videos are 1 year, 1.5 year old. Are these still valid? Yes, boss. It's the same concept, same services. Okay. C programming, it was 25 years back also. The concepts are still the same. There are few additions, but it is similar to that. Now let us look at this question. So which AWS service provides encryption at rest? So when we are talking about encryption, what do we mean? So the data that you have in your database, nobody can view it with a normal select query or with a naked eye. That is the purpose why we want to maintain the uh, we want that data to be confidential. First thing, that is why we do it. And when it should be confidential? When it is resting in the graveyard, sorry, on the disk, on the storage media, that is at rest. Why we do so? Suppose a thief comes to your home, but you have kept some money in your locker, and the locker has a key combination and so on, so the thief doesn't get immediate access to it, right? That is the purpose. Hackers will try to access your systems, but immediately they will not get important data access. So they are asking like, what should we use? See, for encryption you want to use keys. Encryption keys are stored in KMS, RDS, and Elastic Block Store. They gel well with KMS. KMS is a AWS service. It is like the security person in your apartment complex has the keys of all the apartments. So that guy is just like your KMS. Whoever needs access, they will request for the keys, but unauthorized people will not get these keys. Okay. Now, what is option A, Lambda? It is serverless compute. Simple. EC2 is server full compute. Lambda is serverless compute. Okay. And you can use Python, Java, these languages to write your code, and it is pay per use pricing model. That means you pay only for what you used, and if there are idle times, then no charges. So that is Lambda for you. Now if we see WAF, see WAF primarily common web exploits. Okay, that is the whole purpose. And security vulnerabilities, that is why WAF is used. It's like a firewall. What does it do? It will help you with web traffic filtering and rate limiting, protection against DDoS attacks. This one, these are the things. Okay, and it integrates with AWS Shield also. So, but the primary focus is whenever you see common web exploits and security vulnerabilities, this is why WAF is used. So WAF is not used for encryption. Okay, And then recognition, like it, the moment you see this word recognition, you give a face and you try to recognize. Just think about that. It is a AI and ML service. So if you want like celebrity recognition, you have a video or a photograph, so it can do image and video analysis. It can identify politicians, celebrities, criminals in the video. And then content moderation is like, YouTube is a clean platform. It is not like X videos. But some people, they try to put some nasty content. Then it will this will help you with content moderation also. It will detect and flag inappropriate or explicit content. It can be very violent content also. It will try to block that. And this is the use. It will not help you with encryption of data. Okay, so this would be our final answer on this question. Which AWS service is deployed to VPCs and provides protection from common network threats? So if you see, basically what they are asking is a security question. If you see the options also, you can come to know this is a security question. Okay, now the thing is, if we talk about shield, so whenever you think about distributed denial of service DDoS attacks, you think about shield. Simple. This is what shield is for. Did anybody talk about DDoS here? No. Now if we see WAF is like, if you want web applications to be safeguarded, right? Like by filtering and monitoring incoming traffic, then you can use WAF. So WAF is also good. WAF also, usually we combine WAF and network firewall, but in this case, since we have one answer to be chosen, we will prefer network firewall. Yes, network firewall is better than WAF here. It's a different purpose. See, see how it is different. WAF, it is focusing on web applications and filtering your HTTP traffic. But network firewall, it will protect at the network layer itself. And filtering is based on protocols. It is not going up to the application. WAF is at application level. Network firewall is at even lower level. So lower level security at a lower level is better. Suppose you have an apartment complex and you have a gate, and then you have various buildings. So there is a security team at the gate. Then there are small teams and at the bottom of each building, entrance of each building. So what happens is, uh, the check should happen at the gate itself. You should not only rely on the building check. So that is what we are saying. Network traffic, it does it at ports and those things. And network firewall, it operates at packet level and inspect filter both inbound and outbound network traffic. So this is better. Okay. And what is firewall manager? See, managers, right? They will not do any work. They will manage. They will say, boss, you do this work, you do that work, and those kind of stuff. Same here. That's why this here my manager is wrong, because it will just try to centrally manage and monitor. Obviously, important role, um, because organization needs it, manager role. But they are not the hands and legs who will actually work. They will try to monitor people, and usually you will see they will get promotions also faster, at a faster rate. Okay, so have you worked with a manager who is also a female manager? Have you worked, tried reporting to such people? What is your experience? You can share if you have. My experience has not been great, so, but I know we cannot generalize, but usually my experience has not been great. They kind of try to force things a lot, and my way or highway kind of stuff. So this would be our final answer. So let us look at this question now. So you have a company, and they have these EC2 light sale on-premise systems. So see, EC2 we have heard a lot of time. It is It's a VM, virtual machine, where you can deploy your applications. But what is light sale? This is light sale. You just want, suppose you have a small business, you just want small number of private servers and so on. Use light sale. It will give you a fixed amount of CPU and storage. Man, I'm feeling very sleepy on weekend. I'm still recording this. A lot of analysis goes in. So it provides a collection of application blueprints, pre-configured templates, and popular expression applications like this one, Joomla, WordPress. Then Joomla is not what we hear in the media or what our ministers give. Again, Drupal and so on. So what we are looking is least operational effort. That is important. And what we have to do, we have to apply security updates with least operational effort. Least operational effort means, think about automation. Simple. As far as you can automate, please automate. See, if you think about shield, what I told, DDoS attacks. Think about DDoS attacks. So anybody is, are they talking about DDoS attacks here? No. Then B says that you connect each server through remote desktop and run the update script. That means it is not least operational effort, because you are going to spend manual efforts there. Okay, this is not good. And D says that we will use guard duty. Okay, guard duty is your security guard. It will manage threat. It will do threat detection on the fly. Like, yeah, if you work for IT companies, there are security guards in your building, right? So this is just like those people. They will just try to identify. Looking at the face, they can know who is stupid. Looking at the face, they can say, if a uh, fresh candidate comes, how many years this guy will stay in this company. Looking at the face, they can say. So guard duty also helps like automate the threat remediation. Nobody is talking about threat here, and it will centralize manage it. So you can pause it and read it if you want more understanding. But these are your security guards. So scheduling and run on nightly basis will not help. There is a better way of doing it. That is option C, systems manager, patch manager capability. So this is patch manager. See, now you know manager is useful to automate the process. You all try to blame managers, but managers are useful people. What they are doing is, AWS is giving you this service. It will automate the process of patching and managing software updates. Simple. Patch management automation. It will automate and schedule patching operations. And in turn, what will happen? It will reduce your manual efforts. You can sip your coffee, man. Don't come to work. You don't sit on your chair, drink coffee, look around if some good looking people have joined, and so on. Okay, so this is the answer. So always remember, in real life, in real world, we use systems patch manager. Okay, this will automate the process. That way, uh, you don't want people to sit and not be on their chair and drink coffee. You can lay off the people itself. Fantastic, man, right? As a manager, it's so good that you can do the same work with less number of people. So what will the people do with this kind of AI automation and so on? They can continue playing PUBG. They can continue watching TikTok, Reels, and so on. Don't disturb them. Let us look at this question. Which design principles are included in reliability pillar? So there is a well architected framework. What AWS says is, do not go in like a rogue. You know this word called chapri? In Bombay, this word is very much used. You can see reels and TikTok of these chapris. They will have colored hairs. They will drive bikes rashly. They will fall. They will have accident with the bikes. They will kind of hang out of the local trains in Mumbai and those kind of stuff. So chapri, do not come in like a chapri. That is why These guys are saying, AWS is saying, hey guys, when you're coming here, you're trying to design applications, please make sure you make use of well architected framework. This is how you should run the show. If you do this, you will get very good marks. Okay, your application will run seamlessly. It will not have performance issues. It will not have scalability issues. Now this guy is asking which design principles are reliability pillars. So first thing which is glaringly wrong, grant everyone access to increased service quotas. Okay, this is like, in college, once you get a beautiful girl's phone number, what do? You distribute it to your entire friends. Don't do that. Now, the second thing which seems wrong is you design applications to run in a single AZ. See, well architected framework says don't use one AZ. Why? If that guy fails, like in your family, if father is earning only one person and there are so many kids and mother and etc. So that is single AZ. If anything happens to the father, that is the day your security is gone. When that earning member goes, your security is gone. It may be father, it may be mother, whoever is the earning member. Okay, because nowadays a lot of females feel bad, hey, why only father will earn? That's fine, man, you can also earn, your mother can also earn, don't worry. Just an example. So what happens if you run on one AZ? You will have increased downtime. If that AZ goes down, so like Amazon.com, if you put on one AZ goes down, Amazon.com is down, you cannot shop. If it is down for 4 5 hours, imagine so many transactions, so many business is lost for Amazon. So downtime not good. Then limited disaster recovery, like since you don't have any other zone, you have not taken backup and etc., you want to restore to that level after downtime, you are not able to restore it. Limited scalability, one easy, how much you can scale? You cannot scale much, right? That is a disadvantage. And last is you have restricted regional failover. Regional failover, like one region goes down for some problem, some terrorist attack happened, or some flood happened, or some natural disaster happened. Okay, so the easy goes down. Now there is no failover. That means the application goes down. The third thing which looks wrong is plan to increase AWS service quotas first in the secondary region, not in primary region. You increase in secondary region. So that, so what, man? Why this will not work? See, it will have implications if you do that. Like what? Like regional isolation. See this regional isolation. So some services will operate on regional basis. They are specific to a particular region. In this case, increasing the service quota in secondary region would only apply to resources and workloads running in that region. Okay. If it is running in the primary region, it will not apply. Simple. Plus, there are other problems for cross-region failover data replication. So you can pause this and read it. High level, what we are saying is quotas are typically managed at region level. Okay, if you want to increase quotas, you increase it in multiple regions. If you suppose you have a multi-region service, you have in India and US you are using, then increase the quota both the places. Don't do it just one place. Now, what are the answers? See, these are the answers. Automatically recover from failure. So why we want that? Because this will keep it highly available. It will, the moment it fails, it will automatically recover. So that means your application Amazon.com is mostly up or always up. Okay, it can withstand failures. AWS will automatically detect and replace failed instances and distribute the traffic. Fantastic, man. Plus, it is fault tolerant. So there are multiple AZs. So fault tolerance and disaster recovery comes into play. That means if one AZ fails, load will go to other AZ. Simple. If you are a team lead and out of 5 people, one guy falls sick, you have a backup. You say the other guy, hey, can you pick up this work? He picks up. So that is multi-AZ. Plus, you have simplified operations and overall automatic recovery from failure is essential. Why? You want to minimize downtime. You want to minimize, ensure your applications are fault tolerant, and you want to optimize resource utilization. Second is stop guessing capacity. This is correct because why we have gone to cloud? Because we are poor in planning. Okay, we have 100 million people or billion people or 1 billion, I don't know, whatever is the population. We are poor in planning. Next year, there might be people who may produce like anything. There might be people who may not reproduce. Okay, the population may be high, maybe low, you don't know. Okay, certain people you are very sure they will definitely reproduce, but other people you are not sure. So stop guessing capacity means, boss, even if you reproduce and you increase the population by 1 million, I can still feed you, the country can still feed you. That is stop guessing capacity, because then don't worry, reproduce as much you want. Country is saying we can provide you food, we can provide you free education, we can provide you free medical. So that's great, no? That's what you want. So this is the advantage of stop guessing capacity. Cost optimization. Okay, you don't have to plan things and not use it. Suppose somebody says, okay, uh, we will plan for the storm. They ask, typically it happens in West Bengal. I saw once that after the storm went and etc., the government asked for, I think, some 20,000 crores or 22,000 crores, and government gave less. And there is always a dispute. It happens, center to state. It happens. Nobody are. So it is like cost optimization means, if you don't need to plan. If you are using it, you will be charged. If you are not using it, you will not be charged. Simple. Improve performance and availability. It capacity means improve performance means immediately you saw, yeah, your business startup, it caught up. Now instead of every day 100 people using it, now every day there are 5,000 people, 10,000 people, or 1 lakh 100K people using it. No worries, we will scale up. And plus there is a global reach. AWS operates in multiple regions. People in America, they can also access. India, they can access. UK, they can access. We can keep the applications near to them also. So nobody needs to worry about capacity. This would be the final answer. So this next question, you want to query server logs. Why do we query logs? To gain insights, and you want to do it in the most cost effective way. So where would you store the logs? Where will you store? This is no brainer, man. We will always store in S3. This is the cheapest one. Why I want to store it in a cheap storage? Because logs, every second, every 10 second, every minute, so it is logging. That means the data will keep growing. So why should I use expensive storage? I should use cheap storage. So S3 gives me cheap storage, plus it is highly scalable, durable, and etc. So I will not lose that data also, because it is highly scalable and durable. I will not lose the data, and it is a object storage. S3 is a object storage, not a file storage, and it is a cost effective storage, particularly if you compare with respect to other services given. Okay, its pricing is per GB data transfer, also per GB rates apply, and it has different tiers. It is frequently accessed data, it kept in standard, otherwise it goes to glacier, deep glacier, and etc. Varying cost structures, so very cheap. See, EBS is a block level storage, okay, in AWS. So it is not the cheapest one. Its purpose is to become a storage of EC2 instances. When we talk about EFS, it is a file system. It is an elastic file system, but it is not cheaper than S3. It is a file storage solution, and for web serving, content, data sharing, this is the use. Now, if we talk about Aurora is a database. Okay, why will you store these logs in a database? It is a relational database, fully managed, high performance. You can fire SQL, PostgreSQL, MySQL. It works. It's a traditional relational databases. It will work, but nobody stores logs in databases. Always remember this thumb rule. This would be our final answer. So there is a company, and they want to control inbound and outbound traffic. Which service will help them? Hmm. So if you see route tables, common sense says it will help with routing, something to do with network and routing. Okay, so it will set route priorities. It will evaluate a specific order, determine the path for traffic. So if there is no patch, the traffic is directed or default route. This is not what we want. We want to control the inbound and outbound. That means if some people are not supposed to get in the Infosys campus, they should be blocked. Simple. Now, WAF. We all know WAF. What does WAF do? Common exploits, web attacks, okay, SQL injections. There is no such problem explained in the question. Boss, it is saying just control the inbound outbound traffic. Now, when I was initial days when I was starting my cloud journey, I used to get confused between network ACL and security group. I used to think both do the same thing. Then how to distinguish it? So I'm just putting some points here. So network ACL, it will operate at subnet level. Okay. And security group, it operates at the instance level. So it, for one EC2 instance, it will control the inbound and outbound traffic. So this is what we want in our question actually. Second is network ACL, they will use numbered rules to allow or deny traffic based on IP address, protocol, and so on. It works on first match evaluation. Security groups are they will make use of stateful rules. It works on all match. If everything doesn't match, it will not allow you worse. For example, just because your social security matched, no, your passport number should match, your social security number, Aadhaar number. If you are an Indian, your Aadhaar number should match, your PAN number should match, your passport number should match, your election card number should match. And there are so many different forms of identification. Your license number should match. What else, man? What else? That is why security group is more secured. Okay, by default, new security group denies all outbound. But here, network ACL allows. Okay, if you want high security, go for security group. This would be our final answer. See, there is a company, they want to save their costs and they are able to give commitment for 1 or 3 years. They are okay, but they are saying, boss, save my costs. So what will you go ahead with? The first thing, you will definitely not go with pay as you go, because pay as you go is whatever you use you pay, but that is an expensive one. You will not go with volume discounts, because volume discounts means discounts that AWS provides based on the usage. Okay, so these are tied discounts. Okay, these are tied discounts, and the discounts typically apply to services like S3 storage, RDS instances, DynamoDB, and so on, and they are applied automatically based on the usage. It's just like, if you go to a shop and you buy 5 kilo rice, the price will be higher. But if you buy 50 kilo, then they will give you discount. That's called volume discounts. See, whenever you see such options, no, one option will be very silly option. So free tier is a silly option. In a real world, when your project is implementing something, nobody uses free tier. Free tier is for students, and other free tier is for employees of IT companies like Infosys, TCS, etc., who will not buy a subscription for their employees, and they ask their employees, "Hey boss, you use your personal email ID, and take a free tier, 15,000 credit points you will get for Azure free tier. And after that, if it exhausts, then boss, create one more email ID. Do it that way, okay? But these Indian companies will not pay you for the subscriptions. Hardly I have seen any company paying for that. So what I did is I invested, paid, I kept buying. At one point, it happened by mistake. My services were on, and especially SageMaker, and then my bill went to more than 1 lakh rupees. Then I had to call the support and etc. and get that sorted out. Okay, but all pain we only have to take. So savings plan. What is savings plan? They are flexible pricing model. If you are willing to do a 1 to 3 year commitment, then this is saving plan. Instead of staying in uh, a live-in relationship, boss, you can marry for 3 years and save the money. Either ways, the girl or the boy doesn't matter. Either ways, okay. That means there would be an obligation, a contractual obligation or something of that sort, that will tell that you and AWS will have for 1 to 3 years, 1 or 3 years, okay, up to you. And this will give you a long-term cost optimization. So this would be our final answer. Now, if you see the next question here, the company is migrating to AWS Cloud. Okay, nothing new. The certification will always say, "Hey boss, the company is migrating to AWS Cloud," and you want to optimize its current software licenses. See, for software licenses, which one would work here? Okay, first is AWS Compute Optimizer. So, Compute Optimizer, it will analyze your existing EC2 instances and provide recommendations to optimize the performance and cost. So it will suggest appropriate instance types, etc. So suppose what happens when in real life, and listen to this please carefully. In real life, we go and we see different computes, EC2 instances, different types, and we think, okay, what should we do? So compute optimizer will analyze and tell us, you are using a smaller size of EC2 instance, please go to a bigger size. That kind of recommendation compute optimizer will do, but it will not tell you, help you with the software licenses. Second is savings plan. Savings plan, what we saw, it is a lever to do what? To save your cost. Anybody here is talking about costs? No, they're talking about software licenses to be optimized for the use. So savings plan will provide cost savings if you are able to commit for 1 or 3 year term. Okay, and when you use it, when you are pretty sure, okay, this is the volume of users that will log in, so I can go for this many savings plan and so on. Okay, now, what is budget? Budget, see at home, what do you create? You create a budget. First of the month, you will create a budget and you will allocate this many funds for these activities, this many fund for food, for utilities, for your travel, for entertainment, and so on. Budget the same year. You enable and set spending limits. That okay, EC2 instance, I will spend only this many dollars. S3, I will spend only this many dollars. And then using this, you can monitor and see how close are you to your expected budget. The expected and the actual are they close to each other? So this is a cost saving measure. Nobody is talking about cost saving measure. Okay, now let us look at EC2 dedicated hosts. This is important. See, this will allow you to run instances on physical dedicated. So dedicated host means it is for you on that hardware. Nobody else will be sharing. That is yours. So underlying infrastructure is yours. So you can ensure compliance of software licensing requirements. This is exactly which will help you here. And then we have license manager. What license manager will do? It will help you manage software licenses. Again, something to do with software. You can track, manage, control your software licenses. So it will keep track of license usage across AWS accounts and regions. So these two would be my final answers. See, a company, they want a key value NoSQL database. The moment I see NoSQL database and I see fully managed and serverless, it only gives me DynamoDB. It is a fully managed NoSQL database. What it means by NoSQL, you cannot fire SQL queries to extract your data sets. Okay. So DynamoDB, this is NoSQL database. It is low latency, high throughput. That means applications like Uber, which you use for booking your cabs, such applications make use of these kind of high performance databases. DynamoDB, like I always say, this is database on steroids. Now RDS is wrong because RDS is relational. Okay, Aurora is also relational, and Amazon MemoryDB for Redis. This is a caching service. This is not a database. Okay, Aurora is SQL based, totally SQL based. It supports MySQL, PostgreSQL. RDS is also like a traditional database. RDBMS database supports MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, Oracle database, SQL Server, Aurora, and so on. This would be our final answer. Now, if you have not yet subscribed, do so. It will help you with your certification journey. And there is a link in the description. There are some paid contents there. You can become a cloud kernel or cloud ninja member and gain access to those contents. So this brings us to the end of part 81. This was a long part. We tried to club a lot of concepts here. So I hope you understood the concepts and how did we arrive at decoding the answers. Only channel that does it for each and every question. Okay, the best way to get trained is playing an actual match. So these set of questions, they kind of give you a feel of the actual certification and how would you attack and tackle each and every option. See you in the next part.